Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Samina Pasha to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Samina Pasha's words. There are many general news stories today, and it seems like there's a flood of information coming in, as today's developments are both numerous and very important. The most significant development today, without a doubt, concerns the fact that the Pakistan Air Force has officially targeted high-value targets inside Afghanistan. Following this, reports are coming in that a major high-value target has been eliminated and that their successors have also been neutralized. Are these reports accurate? How confirmed are they? And what impact will this have on the region? Let's discuss these aspects. We will also talk about the ongoing political maneuvering to block Sohail Afridi from becoming the chief minister. The entire plan is now unfolding, and what seemed like an easy task at first is now facing strong opposition. We'll discuss that as well. Also, Imran Khan has given an important message today, addressing several issues. We'll update you on that too. There are also reports that some people who had given a Mishandarood call on their own might take to the streets today. Additionally, there have been announcements of protests in Swat due to the current situation in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. So, expect a lot of heated activity on the roads today, and we will keep you updated on this as well. If you haven't subscribed yet, we kindly request you to do so. Let's begin by talking about the latest news. The latest report indicates that the Pakistan Armed Forces, with the help of fighter jets, have carried out a powerful operation in Afghanistan's capital, Kabul. Reports are stating that the top TTP commander, currently the leader of TTP, Abdul Haq Chok, was targeted and killed. Along with him, two of his top commanders, who were considered his successors, were also eliminated. The report suggests that a land cruiser vehicle carrying the TTP leaders was hit by 2 or 3 explosions, leading to the deaths of these key individuals. These reports indicate that the Pakistan Air Force conducted a strike deep inside Afghanistan. This is a very important development, because as we know, Pakistan has been suffering frequent attacks in recent days, with military personnel being martyred. This has created a wave of anger and frustration among the public, who are disturbed by the ongoing violence. If the TTP leader and his commanders have been neutralized, then, in a sense, it can be considered a major success in disrupting the terrorist network. However, there are several other ramifications of this action that need to be discussed. Firstly, it doesn't appear that the Afghan Taliban government was informed or consulted before this operation. It is possible that the Taliban government may respond to this, questioning how Pakistan's jets entered their airspace and carried out the attack. However, the counter-argument would be that when these individuals, whom the Afghan Taliban have given refuge to, carry out operations inside Pakistan, Pakistan has the right to respond by targeting them across the border. This is a valid justification for such actions, especially given the significant losses Pakistan has been suffering. On the other hand, we also need to consider whether the TTP's operations are directly supported by the Taliban government, or if they are operating independently. The situation is further complicated by the fact that Afghan Taliban have been increasingly aligning themselves with India and China in recent times, and currently, their foreign minister is in India. So, if Pakistan were to carry out operations against TTP in Afghanistan, the Afghan Taliban's reaction would certainly be significant. But the question remains, how will this affect the overall situation? If Pakistan is targeting high-value targets within Afghanistan, could this escalate into more conflict, especially considering the already strained relations with India? This operation may indeed weaken the TTP's leadership, but it is also likely to provoke a backlash. If the Taliban and other factions decide to retaliate, this could lead to an increase in terrorist attacks in Pakistan. This is something we have seen before. Whenever high-value targets are eliminated, there is often an uptick in terrorist activity as part of a retaliatory response. The cycle of violence could continue for a long time, and it's important to ask how long this will last and how it will play out. One clear message from the state of Pakistan, however, is that it is determined to eliminate terrorism from every corner of the country, and they are not planning to stop anytime soon. Despite the complexities and risks, they are committed to rooting out terrorism from both within and across the borders. Regarding Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Defense Minister Khawaja Asif addressed the National Assembly today. He made it clear that, while Afghan refugees have been in Pakistan for a long time, they are still not loyal to Pakistan, and those who harbor or protect terrorists should not be given any leniency. He stated that if these people suffer collateral damage as a result of counter-terrorism actions, so be it. This is a firm stance, and he also pointed out that the Pakistan state has made it clear in its policy that there will be no tolerance for individuals or groups hiding terrorists. As for Imran Khan, his tweet came right after the operation in Afghanistan, and he discussed the ongoing political situation in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. He stated that the change of the chief minister in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa was inevitable, given the situation in the region. He emphasized that such a change is constitutional and should not be interfered with. Imran Khan warned that any attempt to block Sohail Afridi's appointment as chief minister would not be accepted. He clarified that his decision to appoint Sohail Afridi was based on ideological alignment and not personal connections. Imran Khan also addressed the ongoing issue of the Afghanistan-Pakistan border, clarifying that the PTI government had not resettled terrorists, as has been falsely claimed. He explained that in 2021, the military leadership had proposed resettling surrendered terrorists, but this proposal was rejected by PTI's elected representatives in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Imran Khan also reiterated that the narrative blaming Afghan refugees or the Afghan government for the terrorism in Pakistan is wrong. He stated that despite the presence of Afghan refugees, terrorism has continued to rise, showing that these narratives are misleading. Finally, Imran Khan made it clear that military operations without a political strategy only lead to failure. He stressed that indiscriminate violence and military action create more resentment, pushing more people to take up arms. He stated that the only way forward is through a comprehensive political and security strategy, not just brute force. In conclusion, while the Pakistan Air Force's recent operation is seen as a success, the overall situation remains complex. The different strategies of the state and Imran Khan on handling terrorism in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa seem to be in stark contrast, and it remains to be seen how the situation unfolds. Meanwhile, protests continue to occur, and the Pakistani government has imposed Section 144 in Punjab to prevent any public gatherings. The situation in the country is still very volatile, and it will be interesting to see how things develop in the coming days. On the other hand, the TLP, or Tehreek-e-Labbaik Pakistan, members are saying that they will come out. In fact, whenever the TLP has made such announcements in the past, they have caused a lot of trouble for the governments in power. We have seen such situations 2 or 3 times before, but now we have to see whether it will happen this time or whether they will stop. It seems to me that today the situation on the roads of Punjab will be tense. Similarly, in Swat, there is also a peace mission or protest called by Warad Saeed, and we will have to see how many people come out in large numbers there. After that, the Mission Darood group, which had previously done Mission Azan and Mission Noor, has also issued a call. However, this time I don't think they have run a campaign like the one they did before. Another difference is that last time, this campaign was also supported by PTI members on social media, but this time, because of the harsh language used afterward, it seems they have lost a lot of their support. As a result, they are not getting the kind of official support they had before, nor are we seeing such a campaign on social media now. I also don't think that this time people will take to the streets for the Palestine protests, because the difference is that with the Azan mission, people were expected to stay in their homes and give the Azan. They knew there would be no arrests or trouble, so they did it. But when they are asked to come out, people realize that if they go outside, there will be a crackdown, and they might get arrested. So naturally, many people won't participate. Therefore, I don't think they're now. Moving on to the political maneuvering that's happening. Today we saw an interesting development where Ali Amin Gandapur, who had often been targeted by the federal government and other administrations, was suddenly receiving a lot of support. In fact, today, Tarar Sahib and Ikhtiyar Wali held a press conference in his favor, and they stated that Ali Amin Gandapur was doing the right thing. They pointed out that the candidates now nominated by some people were friends of terrorists and that they were connected to Murad Saeed, a fugitive wanted by law. They said these people would never allow someone like that to become the chief minister. They also added more allegations against these candidates. The surprising thing was that now, Ali Amin Gandapur, who was previously criticized, seemed to be in their good books, which indicates that he was on good terms with them, especially when we saw images of him hugging Mohsin Naqvi and working together on several issues. But on the other hand, when they discussed Suhaila Hafiz, it became clear that the constitution allows the majority party to nominate anyone for the position of chief minister. All MPs who meet the eligibility criteria can be nominated. No one, not even the federal government or any province, can dictate who should or shouldn't be nominated. It's a very strange situation. If Khyber Pakhtunkhwa also said that you cannot nominate this person and must nominate someone else, it would be very odd. But the matter didn't just stop at the press conference. They actually started taking action. News came that the governor was also getting involved. Initially, he denied receiving any resignation from Ali Amin Gandapur, although PTI had already informed that the resignation had been submitted to the governor's house yesterday. However, when asked on air today, the governor denied it officially. This shows that in the next few days, there might be an attempt to delay the resignation, and in the meantime, efforts will be made to win over some of the independent members of PTI. They have two main goals at the moment. First, they hope that PTI itself will nominate someone else and form the government, and if they do, they can easily nominate their own chief minister. Second, if Imran Khan does not back down and Suhail Hafiz's name is not withdrawn, they will try to stop him through negotiations and have even mobilized the opposition. This is why today Faisal Karim Khandai, a member of the opposition, became very active, meeting many people, trying to rally support. He mentioned that they were trying to gather members, but there were reports that a meeting of opposition parties was called, but only a few PPP members attended, and after that, the meeting could not continue. They stated that they didn't want to be part of any government formed through horse trading. The Election Commission has been very cooperative in this regard, declaring nearly 35 PTI members as independents, meaning they are not affiliated with any party. They have given them an incentive, saying they can vote for any party quietly without being disqualified. But the real question is whether the PTI members will bite the bait, especially when they clearly see what's happening. Furthermore, there were also reports that PTI had called a meeting of their own members, which was well attended, though about 7 or 8 people were absent. Some were abroad, and others due to health reasons. The important thing is that the number of members present was exactly what was required to nominate Suhail Hafiz as chief minister. He too was present at the meeting, and Ali Amin Gandapur was also there. Ali Amin Gandapur showed goodwill today and declared that he would follow Imran Khan's orders to make Suhail Hafiz the chief minister no matter what, and if anyone tried to cause trouble, they would stop them. So, today, we saw Ali Amin Gandapur back to his old form, and the mood was celebratory as Suhail Hafiz was nominated. For now, it seems that the numbers are on their side, but in the next 2 to 4 days, there might be some unexpected turn of events, so we can't say for sure. However, at the moment, it looks like the government and its handlers are still concerned about how to stop Suhail Hafiz. But as of now, they don't have any leverage that would allow them to confidently say that they can block him and put someone from the opposition as the chief minister. If hypothetically, they succeed in blocking Suhail Hafiz, would it bring stability to the province? The reason why the state has been trying so hard to suppress protests is that their aim is to maintain stability and give the impression that everything is under control, that everything is fine, and no one should be allowed to protest. But if in a province where one party has a clear majority and has swept almost every seat, you remove their government, take away their seats, and then dismiss their chief minister, do you think political stability will follow? When you strip them of their government, which was the only thing holding them together, what will they have left? Imran Khan had addressed this issue yesterday, saying that if such undemocratic actions were taken, they would show them that they have nothing left to lose. He said that they had dissolved 2 of their own governments, so governments don't matter to them. What matters to them is delivering on the promises they made to the people. If they are stopped from doing so, and aren't given the freedom to act, then there's no point in sitting in such a government. That's why Ali Amin Gandapur was removed, and now this is the situation. The coming days are quite uncertain, and we hope that God keeps our country safe. But it seems that the aggressive pace at which things are unfolding is not slowing down anytime soon. That wraps up our translation of Samina Pasha's video. I hope this English version helped you understand her message better. Please like, share, and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.